Hello there, everybody. I'm back. Another league race. This one is Belgium Spa. And you may have noticed there was no video last week. I don't think. Actually, you know what? I don't think I've had a video in a couple weeks related to league racing. The reasoning is that we had a Mexico race. I think that was the last one. We had a Mexico race. I DNF'd. It was not pretty. It was not a good race. I didn't want to show it. There wasn't much to show. I just sort of drove by myself for a couple laps and then drove into a wall. So not that interesting to watch. Not very good racing on my part either. But we are back. This is Belgium Spa. As I've mentioned in some recent videos, I am continuing to feel a little better with no assists. I do feel like I'm getting a little better. I'm still not very fast at all, as you'll probably see in this video. But I do think I'm kind of getting there, and every race gets me a little closer. And I had a little vacation as well. So the league was off for a week last week, and I had a long weekend, and I was good. Just reset. Didn't even touch the wheel for 5 or 6 days or something, which actually I think was really nice. I kind of felt faster when I came back, which sometimes happens. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but it just feels like sports hobbies. It seems like sometimes if you disconnect for a couple days and just don't touch it or don't do it, sometimes you come back better than ever. So that's the hope here, is that I come back better than ever and I'm faster than I was previously. And I do think I'm a little bit faster than I was previously. You're currently seeing my last qualifying lap, and I am not, it's not like I'm going for pole here. I mean, I don't think that that's a real possibility, but we're going to put the best lap forward that we can and just try to get the best starting position possible, and then through the race just try to be consistent and not get into any incidents. That's the hope, right? So coming across the line here, you see me P14 before. I come across the line on P13. I think I was a couple hundredths faster than Chris KYU 62, who was a Williams driver. I can't remember. I don't know exactly what happened with him. I don't know if I was actually faster than him or if he DNF'd or what. I don't know. Or retired from the session, whatever. But regardless, we are P14 to begin with. I'm good with that. I'm fine with that. I'm happy. And like I said, we're just gonna try to make up the best race that we can and make up as most positions as possible. And currently, the goal here on the start is just not get into any trouble. If you've been a long-time viewer of the channel, you may remember that I had a start a couple seasons ago in league racing at Belgium Spa, and torpedoed somebody in turn one, which was not fun. And I feel bad about it still. And so I obviously want to try to avoid doing that. But we stay pretty clean on the start. I'm P15 here, but my car is in one piece, so I'm happy with that. We got Joystick Justin here right in front of me, kind of to the right. You see a potential situation here going into this turn. He backs out, but I just went way deep. I might have lucked up a bit. I don't know. But I'm just trying to focus on a safe re-entry here. And I did get a safe re-entry. Stayed out of everybody's way. Happy with that. Kenny Hitman is out of the session, so I'm guaranteed a P16 if I can stay on track, keep it all together. That's the hope. Bo95 retires from the session with the DNF as well, so I'm guaranteed a P15 now. We also had a slightly smaller grid. We started with 17, and we have had 20, I think, maybe every race this year, or at least 19 or 20 in every race this year so far. But this one, we just had a couple of guys. I think somebody got caught up at work. Somebody had a family emergency last minute, and I think one person just couldn't get the new lobby invite features to work. So post crossplay, the lobby invite system changed a little bit, and he just couldn't join the lobby. And we tried a bunch of stuff and just never could figure it out. So he couldn't race, unfortunately. He just got the game also, so it would have been nice if he could have raced, but unfortunately he can't. So P14 here at the end of lap 1. You see a couple guys pitting. It looks like PCC Godley and Spots are both pitting. Spots is a Williams driver. PCC Godley is a McLaren driver. You may be able to see, I mean, this is obviously early, but if a few things go my way, and you see KB there spins out. If a few things go my way, you could see a situation where maybe I can get points this race, which is kind of internally my goal. You see somebody else spin there. Who is that? Incident X. The bad news for me is KB and Incident are both really fast, so they should probably be able to catch me. But fast forward a bit here, lap 3. I go a little bit deep on turn 1. Didn't mean to do that, but I was doing it all race, which is unfortunate. I think I was just braking a little too late there. Just didn't have a great handle on where I needed to brake. But PCC Godly gets by me pretty easily without any real concerns. And the good news is I can kind of stay within his DRS here and hopefully catch up to him later in the lap if I get a chance to do it. But as it currently stands, it looks like that's not going to be the case. He's a pretty fast driver, and the only reason that we're even on track together is because it seems like he probably got damage on lap 1. But up to this point in the race, I'm still driving pretty consistently, and I'm happy with where I currently am. So it's just onward and upward from here, I would say. You do see me very quickly get out of DRS range on PCC Godly, and he's up to 2.7 seconds of lead by the end of lap 3. Here you see Incident coming through. I think I braked a little bit late and also was just trying to leave him the space because, frankly, he's not my race. It's lap 4. It doesn't make any sense for me to defend against him viciously right there. I'm only going to hurt myself and let KB get closer as well. But it turns out to not matter at all. Incident gets the DRS. Very easily gets by me there. I did not have DRS. And I really didn't have much hope. So you see KB catching up very, very quickly as well. He's within half a second. I brake going down this downhill right-hander, and KB hits me in the rear, which was unfortunate. Not ideal. It cost me definitely a couple seconds there, which it's early, but I do think that made a difference, unfortunately. And he basically said that I braked earlier than he thought I was going to brake. And he ran into the back of me, and unfortunately it cost me a few seconds, which is not ideal. But Incident and KB both pitted, and I'm currently P11, but you saw Moose with the DNF. I'm currently P11, but I've yet to pit. So I know I'm not going to keep that, right? And KB and Incident are already well within range of me and catching up very quickly again. So they've already pitted once, and they're passing me. So I don't really have much hope here. I've really just got to hope that some of the people in front of me maybe get some wrecks, some DNFs, or at least some spins and maybe some damage. Maybe they can pit again and I can make up some time. But I'm going to need some serious help if I want to get points, as I was talking about. KB gets past me pretty easily with that DRS zone down the pit straight. Incident is very clearly very close to me, and I would say that he's going to be able to get past me pretty easily here in a moment. Alex is behind him, but one thing I will point out about Alex in P13 right now is the fact that he is on softs, and I don't know exactly what he was thinking in terms of strategy, but I think it's going to be really amazing if he can make those softs last to the end of the race, just based on the tire wear that I'm seeing at this point. So I do think that I may have a chance to beat him on track if maybe I play my cards right and stay consistent. And that's the hope, at least. You see Incident get by me there pretty easily. I was a bit deep coming down that long, what is that, Camel Straight? At the end of Camel Straight, I lost a little bit of time at the exit of the Camel Straight into the next turn. Just braked a little too deep. Again, that's a bit of a recurring theme throughout the race for me here. And I have that sometimes. There are certain turns. I struggle with Bahrain turn 1. I always go too deep there, and I can't get it out of my system. I just gotta get better. But I've been practicing some Zandvoort Netherlands, and I've been fine there. So I don't know. Maybe it's a setup thing. But anyway, I was a little deep. Incident gets by me pretty easily, and Alex is coming up on me very quickly as well. The good news for Alex is that I'm about to pit. The good news for me, as I mentioned, is that Alex is probably going to have to pit again as well, unless he's going to run these tires into the ground. TBD. You see me go into the pits here. We're going to try to be smart with our pit entry. Pretty decent. Probably could have gained a little more time there, but hey, we'll take it. Optimal turn in. Estimated stop time of 2.2 seconds. We let go of the clutch, 2.2, perfect. We like it. So that's about all I can ask for in terms of a pit stop. I did everything I could, and we get back out on the track and try to get the tires up to temperature. As you may know, in this game, it is a lot tougher to get tires up to temperature. And I struggled, of course, for about a lap there with the hards, but I did feel like the hards were working pretty well for me in this race. And I felt fine on them. And so this lap 17 here was a push lap for me. As you can see at the beginning of the lap, I'm about 12 and a half seconds behind Joystick Justin. I'm going to try to make up as much of that time as possible. I've been saving up the battery. You see Justin has 6 seconds of penalties, so it's very possible that I can catch him on track if I play my cards right. I also think that he pitted earlier than I did, so those hards, my hards should be a little bit newer at the end of the race. That's my thinking at least. So maybe I can catch up with him. Alex is in P11. You see on the mediums, it seems that no matter what I thought, I was not going to be able to catch him as I kind of thought. And I don't actually know how that happened. He was on softs when I went into the pits, and somehow is 21 seconds ahead of me. I don't know how he did that, but he did that. I don't know. Maybe he's currently pitting. I don't actually know. But regardless, he's very far ahead of me, and I'm probably not going to be able to catch him unless something good happens for me. So for now, just enjoy the end of this push lap on lap 17. I've already gained about 2.5, maybe 3 seconds on Justin since the beginning of the lap. And it kind of looks like I should be able to get it down close to a 6-second gap by the end of the lap. I don't know, TBD. But you can see that I'm roughly 9 tenths up on my fastest lap through this point. And I have been using a lot of battery on this lap, so that's not going to be a good representation of what I can do for the rest of the race. But I maybe have one more push lap in me just based on some ERS recharge. So we'll take care of that when it comes time to do it. But you see me get the fastest lap for me so far with a 150.5. And then we fast forward here to lap 20, and you can see that Alex pitted again. So I think maybe he went soft, medium, soft. I'm not positive about that, but he is behind me now. And he is on softs, so he's probably going to be able to get by me, but my opportunity here is as his tires have to warm up a little bit, and the softs have a lot better warm-up than the hards do, so he's not going to struggle for long, but he will struggle for a moment, and it's up to me to maximize that gap. But as you can see, he's already catching up to me, and by the end of lap 20, he's within 3 tenths, but he does have this 3-second penalty, so I sort of treated lap 21 here as a push lap. And I'm expecting that Alex is going to get by me, and there he goes. I don't know, probably should have covered off on the inside, but I figured he was going to get – oh, no, yeah, that's it. I was going to try to get DRS here, so I not let him by, I wouldn't say, but I didn't really fight that hard with the hope that I can get some DRS here and maybe gain a little time on the straight. So I was within 1 second at the detection zone. I hit the DRS. I'm roughly 1.2 seconds behind, and then ultimately was unable to catch him, but he's just a lot faster than I am. He's on softs. He's just a faster driver than I am at the moment, and I didn't have a ton of hope. But if you watch closely, you can see Joystick Justin 9.7 seconds ahead with 6 seconds of penalties. I'm hoping maybe he'll get another track limits violation and I can gain, but you see Alex there got another 3-second penalty for track limit violations. And all of a sudden, I'm in play for P12. And the points thing didn't work out. I was kind of hopeful that it would, but it didn't unless something crazy happens here in the last half lap of the race. But I am in a position where I could definitely get P12 if I just kind of burn it at the end of this lap. And you see me using a little bit of battery here. Dropping it pretty low. I'm at 18%, 18-ish percent. But it's kind of looking like it's going to be out of reach to get to Alex. He's roughly 7 seconds ahead of me. He's probably going to finish here pretty soon if he hasn't already. But I see the caution in front of me. I'm thinking maybe that's Alex. No guarantees. But 7.3 seconds, and then I cross the line and get elevated to P12. So I don't know exactly what happened there, but I ended up getting P12 on track. So not the best result, not the worst result. I thought I could fight for points. I couldn't fight for points, but I do think I continue to get better, and my fast laps are getting closer to the rest of the pack. So all we can do is keep improving and hope that we can get some points sooner or later.